What is up, Loudmouth Sports Group, Loudmouth Sports Talk? It is the true champ. Because it's true.
Get out of here.
The true champ.
No, it's true.
Of Loudmouth.
It's true. What are you going to do? Still Kurt Angles.
Right this way with my little baby cousin sidekick who's a wannabe champ, Luch. I don't even.
But I'm the real. I got the title. I got the title, and that's all that matters. Well, Sean, listen. Did you and your team get what I sent you?
Yes, we got it. I'm looking it over. Everything seems to go, but I'm having my attorney just look at a few other things before I sign the contract.
Oh, a few other things. Okay, well, you know what? Just so everybody knows, everyone knows. We're doing promo wars.
Let's get on to the draft. We got a lot.
Just so everyone knows, the promo wars will be at the end of the show. You know, since Sean thinks that he can just talk and talk and talk, just know we're about to go over the WWE draft.
Once again, this is
the WWE draft, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, WWE draft. Raw round 1 picked up Drew McIntyre. Let's just say this: the respectable champions of Raw and SmackDown stayed on their respectable brands. Same as along with Asuka. Big though on a pickup was Seth Rollins going to SmackDown. Very big pickup.
Gonna have to change the name.
Yeah, I guess he got to be now the Friday Night Messiah.
Oh, that doesn't even work.
Doesn't even sound right. Raw then kept the Hurt Business on Raw, and I think that's a good thing because they're the ones going after Retribution. So I think it's a really good pickup for them. Round 2, Raw just became phenomenal with AJ Styles, and I think this is a great pickup. It gives more opponents for Drew.
It gives more opponents to Drew, but to me, the true talent is on SmackDown, and AJ Styles is true wrestling talent, and he should be on SmackDown. My opinion.
He should be on SmackDown. Then SmackDown picked up. Well, they kept her, and Luch, to me, she is a true boss, and that's Sasha Banks. Boss. However you say it. Boss. She's a true boss. Sasha Banks.
Boss.
Unlike somebody you mentioned before.
Boss.
Then Raw went on and picked up, which I think should get lost in the shuffle, and that is Feel the Glow, Naomi.
So talented and never getting used. Hopefully when that contract ends, she'll make her way onto bigger and better things.
SmackDown then picked up Bianca Belair. Another one I think will get lost in the shuffle on SmackDown. Just the female talents there, but she might be a really good opponent for Bayley and Sasha and a few other the SmackDown women on the SmackDown women's roster. So we'll see how that works. A pickup for Raw, which I don't understand why they even drafted because it doesn't make sense. And that would be the women's tag team champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Talk a little bit about that. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, I do believe that is going to be a big move. But at the same time, I don't know why they're making that move because they have the women's tag team titles, which women's tag team titles could be on both of it could be defended on both shows. So I don't know why
depending
they
on
even
those
got
shows,
drafted.
we have to say
It makes no
Usos.
sense.
It makes
No
us
sense.
decide
It just
how
makes
you
no
get
sense.
Luch.
Makes no sense, like Sean. With
So
the mumbling and the topics he goes back on.
Round 3, Raw picked up Ricochet, which they kept Ricochet on Raw, which I think is a really good thing because they can move Ricochet into the Hurt business. Oh, by the way, tell Elite Sa I said hi. SmackDown.
Oh. She a boss. She handling business. She handling business. She like her man.
Jay Uso, just for the simple fact, he is facing Roman. And to talk a little bit about that Hell in a Cell and I Quit match.
Listen, this is going to be ruthless.
You have no idea. Ruthless. Yes.
I really do believe there's going to be mad color shown. And if for people that are watching and don't know what that means, color is just blood. That's all it is.
And you know what? I just seen a comment from the big man, the boss, Courtney. He says it's just weird how black females are getting forgotten in WWE, which
oh yes, 1,000%.
It's 100%. It's horrible. Horrible.
It is. It and it needs to stop, especially of the talent of Naomi. The talent that she has is getting just overlooked. It's
they're just not giving her
sad.
A respectable run. They gave her they put the title on her, but then they took it away. They gave it once, and then they took it away from her within 4 months, 5 months. She didn't even have it a year.
Was it a respectable run in a way because she did defend it a lot? But
yes.
On the other hand,
she barely won those matches when she did defend it.
See, yeah, because she won them, but where it's like the big one, it's WWE it's very sad that WWE doesn't know how to brace African American talent, and that's in every way. That's in males, females, because there's a lot of talent that is African American that doesn't get enough recognition.
Absolutely. Going to Raw, staying on Raw is Mandy Rose. Another one lost in the shuffle.
Who cares? Next.
SmackDown. Like I said, we got the Messiah on SmackDown, followed by Dominic and Rey Mysterio. I mean, come on. And I think, Luch, what do you think about that, Luch? Dominic and Rey following.
Right there, they ruined it.
Yes.
They ruined it.
They ruined it.
Could have dropped it.
I don't even want
it could have been something like Roman. Because the fact that they brought, and they could have just brought Dominic. We need to see Dominic without Rey. We need to see it. We need to see Dominic without Rey. We've seen a little bit with him and Humberto, but that's still a tag team. You still have somebody to rely on. I need to see him, how he does one-on-one without his dad there or backstage.
Yes, correct. And then Raw picks up. Hey, ho, The Miz and John Morrison. At this time, you need to split those two up. Right at once going into Raw, you need to split them up.
Maybe next week, one leaves. Maybe they get split. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm expecting, actually. But I really want to see that. Hopefully, Miz get some more title shots. I would like to maybe see him go up against Drew. I wouldn't like to see him win, but maybe go up against Drew.
I would like to see Morrison get a title shot for for U.S. title. Morrison is a very underrated superstar who has not gotten a fair shot at a title. Round 4, Raw picked up. Once again, we're not going to really care who Raw picked up because it's Dana Brooke. I mean,
another one going to just get lost in the shuffle.
She's irrelevant now. She's irrelevant from when she was in SmackDown. She's going to be irrelevant in Raw. So,
100%.
And then SmackDown picked up Mr. Money in the Bank. Otis stays on. But Tucker, unfortunately, heads the Raw. Luch, do they survive as a singles competition?
No. It's sad to say no. When a lot of tag teams come in as a tag team, it is very hard to split them apart. It's very hard to make singles career out of. Now, if you come in as a single and then create a tag team, that's different. But I can see Otis being a single player, being a single guy. I just don't see it working out good.
And then we have
working on your promo.
Something like that. No, I'm just working to make sure I have everything right for the
Talking with the boss. Talking with the boss, the authority. With the authority. See, Court Dog, he ruined it. He put you on speakerphone. He should have did that.
Whatever. And then Raw picked up, which I like this pickup, Angel Garza.
I mean, technically he was a Raw person, so like,
but I mean,
really wasn't too much of a pickup.
Keeping him on Raw, I think, is a really good move. And then
I really hope he just doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Yes. Well, as much as they used him up till now, shit. And then here comes the big news, which is a sad day in the wrestling world. Raw.
This is
picked up SmackDown Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
Now, people, you heard. I'm okay, but wait 1 second. The fact that they stripped Cesaro and Nakamura that fast is disrespectful. Disrespectful. Yes. And then you're going to. I mean, they're going to go to Raw. Obviously, they're going to unify the tag team championships.
Obviously.
Which, again, why is there a draft then? Because then that champion has to go from brand to brand to brand to brand. Which makes no sense about the draft. But I think that more titles need to be unified. I do think a big one that needs to be unified is the Universal and WWE Championship. I think that at this moment, there's not enough guys to fill for two championship matches.
You're going to tell me now all of a sudden it's a great idea because I brought that up not too long ago and you said, no, we can't have that. But now because
when did you bring this up? When did you bring this up?
I brought this up a while ago, buddy. Check your facts.
Okay. I'll have to go back tonight and watch our old shows and see when you brought this up because it doesn't jog my memory.
It might not even been on a show. I actually think I brought it up on a phone conversation with you, and you said no,
maybe
stupid, no. Now it's a great idea.
Well, I think they need it.
I think
they need to do it. I think they need to do it. I think they need to do it. But Big E stays on SmackDown.
So you break up New Day, which I saw it coming. It's been about 6 years. It's been about 6 years for New Day. The Shield got broken up at 5 years. So respectfully,
I have a little thought about how the New Day is going to break up. A little prediction. Next week, obviously, is the New Day goodbye show on SmackDown.
Yes.
So, I think New Day loses. Let them lose. Big E is like kind of tired of that. He's tired of losing with the group. He snaps. Turns heel because he's not going to have to deal with them anymore. They're going to Raw. And just turns on them, which would lead Big E to a better future because I do not see this gimmick going far for Big E. Staying in this gimmick in a singles competition.
Here's the problem, though.
This gimmick is not going to work. He needs to go heel.
If you make Big E a heel by what he does, he just had a brutal match with Sheamus, who was a heel. So how do you go about with this? You know, like that match, folks, was brutal. I mean, bloodshed, color.
Brutal.
I mean, they literally took pictures of Sheamus's back and arms. That man was beat. And so was Big E.
He was beat up.
They were both were. But if you make Big E a heel, how do you handle it now with him and Sheamus? Unless you have Big E come out, you know, Big E starts beating him up and they start getting back at Big E and Sheamus joins the fight, and then you tag him and Sheamus together. But even then, they still hate each other.
Yeah. But I do feel that he needs a heel turn. He needs something different. He needs... Because, like, at least to me, I don't see this gimmick working in a singles competition.
Absolutely not.
Especially not for somebody at Big E's stature. And this, I mean, like, for like the size of him, he could be a powerhouse. He could kind of be like, in a way.
Don't tell me he can go
be like No. But he could have a little feud with the returning Lars Sullivan. He could. A little feud to build him up, to show people he's a big name and strong competition in the singles competition. I think that would work out great.
All right, so listen, Luch, I'm tired. I can't do this no more. I've talked to my team. This is just this war between us all week has been nothing but a pain. You have been like a pimple on my ass. All right, seriously. You had audacity first last week call out and say that you're the champ, you're the Dawn, you're the man of loudmouth off the top rope. I damn near, what'd you say, handed it to you when I brought you on. Didn't I? I brought you on. Then your wife had the audacity to get on and make her comments.
Brought me on.
And like I said,
because she knows who's the best. She knows who's the best.
Yeah.
She knows, Sean.
But
she lays in bed with him every night.
If she gets involved in any of this today, she's being dealt with personally.
Who gonna deal with? Who gonna deal with her, Sean? Who gonna deal with her? Who gonna deal with her, Sean?
Who gonna deal with her? I have
my woman. My woman's a queen. My woman's a queen. My woman's a queen. Shoni.
You better make sure that you're safe. You better have your nights ready. You better have your nights ready.
She's a queen. She's a queen. Our nights are always ready, Sean. Our nights are always ready, Sean. Our nights are always ready.
You sit there with your
We have a team. We have such a strong team, Sean. We have a strong team, Sean. We have a strong team, Sean.
I have a strong team too. You have no idea.
You have a strong team because you kissed the boss's ass, Sean. You have a strong team because you're a good kiss ass. You're good at puckering your lips. That's what you're good at. And that's why later on today, he's going to bring on Courtney Brown, one of the big bosses of Loudmouth. He's going to bring him on to be his backup.
Oh,
and
I'm
you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen?
I'm just reading.
You know what's going to happen?
Hold on, I'm
He's
reading.
going to get dealt with too.
Oh, he's going to deal with that too. I'm glad you said that. But here's the funny thing: is I just read. Here I am, Sean. Come for me and see what happens from Elisa. Well, Elisa, I am here.
I'm here. Our nights are ready, Sean.
Oh, by the way, Elisa, just remember, the only reason you're family is because you said I do. That's the only reason you're family. So stay out of the family business right now.
Well, you know, when you marry the Dawn, see, you become the right hand.
Well, she thought
that's how you become. You become the right hand. You become the right hand.
You know what another thing is? It's funny.
You become the right hand.
Where is your Sir Sosimo boys that you said you were going to bring? Because I'll deal with them. Listen, if it's Rocky that you brought from the Sir Sosimo boys, Rocky, are you kidding me? Give me another one, Rocky? Are you kidding me? Or are you going to bring Vince? Are you going to bring Vince? Oh, I'm just Vince who sings. Are you kidding me? Or are you going to bring Nino? Nino, the good little boy who does
Nino, that's your cousin. His name is Nico.
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 You're gonna bring Nico, the good little boy.
For someone that calls himself the Dawn of the family, you don't even know the family, Sean. For someone
I know the family.
The Dawn of the family, you don't know the family.
Nico,
you don't know the family.
Nico, the good little boy, or are you gonna bring the real fuck up of the Sir Sosimo boys? The real one who gives everybody shit and gives everybody a hard time, and that's Anthony. Because if you bring Anthony, that boy doesn't have anything in him to handle me. Nothing. He can bring nothing.
Please.
Anthony is nothing.
We will see later on tonight.
Listen,
we will see later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, if you bring Anthony to this, he got kids. Don't do that to him. If you bring Nico,
and you got kids, and you got kids, and you got kids.
And if
you
bring Rock,
engage, sit back, buckle your seatbelts, and I'm gonna drive the bus.
In your booster
sit back,
seat,
you engage, buckle your seatbelts. Buckle your seatbelts and let me drive.
Where are these
stuff.
Boys?
It's not the end of the show, Sean. Sorry, we're main event players, baby.
Yeah, main event players.
WWE Retribution faction officially loses a member. Now, from what I'm reading, Vince still doesn't know who he wants in Retribution. It's still a mix and match. He's just throwing people out there.
Who they lost in Retribution? They lost
Mercedes Martinez.
Okay.
She's going to go back to NXT.
But she's not even that good. Like,
she's a powerhouse. She's a power. I mean, she's more of like a stronger woman. And also, the whole Retribution thing went to shit. Excuse me, the minute the masks got changed. Honestly.
Yes.
Honestly. The minute the mask got changed, the whole gimmick just died.
And Ali being
yeah, what's the point of that?
Ali being the leader is stupid. Stupid. Ali being the leader is so stupid.
I did not say, I mean, that was a shock. I'm not gonna lie. That was a shock. I was not expecting that. I mean,
yeah, it was a shock.
Did you expect Ali?
It was so stupid though.
I mean, yeah, it was a stupid shock, but I was still because, and I also read something that said that supposedly, what's his name? I mean, that like hacker had something to do with Retribution. So Ali was definitely the hacker, which means
Yes.
that like I guess he was the leader of Retribution. I guess that is like the link to that. From what I read, that's what I'm getting from
I
it.
look back on the old videos of the hacker, and it did have like the Ali thing. But here's the funny thing: Ali doing this. Who else does this? We got Dark Order 2.0.
In a way, but like let's be honest, all Dark Order is Brody Lee mocking Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah.
Like he's literally come out and said that. Like, this is me just pretty much acting like Vince. This is how Vince acts. He just shits on everybody. Which, to be honest, I know Vince does like shit on people, and I know Vince does like tell people like, hey, we're gonna rewrite the script in like 30 minutes until the show. But I don't feel like Vince is that much of an asshole. Like,
oh yeah, by the way, hey, I got your contract here.
good.
Oh,
And
when I sign this, I'd like to see the Suicide Boys.
No. You have to sign it at the end of the night, like the agreement states.
No, I can sign it whenever I want. This is my show.
No. We're not doing that. We're giving these people what they deserve, which is the goodbye they deserve. That's what they deserve, and we're going to give it to the people.
You're right. They should give the goodbye, because after I'm done destroying you, after I'm done destroying the Suicide Boys, they're never going to see you again.
Oh, believe me, Sean, I'm going nowhere. Nowhere.
Once I'm done with you, you have no idea.
Nowhere. Sean, I'm the champ, okay? So, the fact that Retribution is, and Ali is the face of it, I mean, he could put his mask back on, and I guess that's going to be something, I guess. But, yeah. Breaking news. I believe me and you went over this just slightly because we want to go over more on the show. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre could be like The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Who said that?
Sorry about that. It says Triple H. Thoughts? I don't see it. I'm sorry.
a huge Triple H fan, but I don't see a Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre being a Rock and Stone Cold. Just, no. I don't see it.
I mean, I could see Roman being like The Rock in WWE.
Yeah. Did you get my message that I sent to you?
I could see that.
Did you get my message that I sent to you, by the way?
Oh. We have to do another 5 minutes and go to the end of the show. Another 5 minutes of what, Sean? Another 5 minutes of what? Of promos?
Here's a good question. Current roster. Who is Rock versus Austin in the current roster today? No one.
Oh.
No one. No one. There's no one. There's no one that's a Rock versus Austin type of deal right now.
You really believe that there's like nobody that can go to that caliber?
No, not right at this point. No.
I mean, Finn. I can see Finn doing something big. Finn being like a Stone Cold. I could see Finn doing it. I don't know who he'd face, but I mean, but also wrestling is 1,000% different. 1,000% different.
Yes.
So I have, we always like to look back and compare The Rock to John Cena. Stone Cold to John Cena. It's not possible. It's two different eras, two different styles of wrestling, two different types that they don't clash. You know, you can't put PG with
promos are so much more different. You're not going to have the pop like you did before. I'm just sorry, you're not.
What?
You're not going to have
promos.
You're not going to have you're not going to have promos like you see The Rock and Austin had. You're not going to see those type of promos anymore.
See, I feel like you can if you let people really grasp their gimmick. Really grasp it though. Like,
okay, I mean, maybe there's one person I could see that could pull off a Stone Cold, and that'd be Seth Rollins with the way he can. Seth.
See, the more thinking, I was actually going to say Kevin Owens as a Stone Cold.
Yes. Okay. I'll give you that one.
I can see Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens as a Stone Cold. But who's your Rock, though? Who's your Megastar?
If we're going to talk Kevin, you know, like if you could put The Rock and Stone Cold together any match and they'll make each other look good. Point blank, period.
Yes.
Who does Kevin Owens do that with? Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens can be, it doesn't matter what match, what stipulation, they put on an A+ performance no matter what. I don't care if Vince says you guys have 5 minutes. That's going to be the best 5 minutes of that night we're going to see.
But how many times do we got to see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens? That gets really boring and really boring.
I do agree, but I'm saying if that's
the
only matchup that I could see.
Here's the bad part. Is it never got boring when it was The Rock and Austin. The Rock and Austin had probably the longest feud besides like Cena and Edge and Cena and Orton. The longest feud. And you never got bored with it. Ever.
No, but also you don't have two stars like that today. I'm sorry.
Right, you're right.
You don't. But you don't have stars like that.
I'm trying to see that Kevin Owens is that type of Stone Cold character that you can push to. You got to find that Rock type character. And Sami Zayn's not that Rock type character. Who do you have? I mean, I don't see anybody.
Not Angel Garza, Andrade. Possibly. Give him a few years.
You got to find that person that has that mega star caliber like The Rock. And you don't have that.
It's like you do and you don't. It is very weird. Like, I feel like they have stars today, but I just don't see any stars that are going to stick around for like very, very, very long. I see a few, but to be honest, the wrestling world today is different. You know, we have AEW, there's Impact, there's New Japan. There's a lot more competition for WWE right now.
Yes. Big news, by the way. I forgot.
WWE needs to worry.
We do got to give a shout out to big Chris Jericho. 30 years in the business, man. 30 years.
Oh, my God. Yes. And I don't know if you watched AEW. At the end of AEW, credits rolled and everything was Chris Jericho.
That is awesome.
Starring to cameramen, all 5 were Chris Jericho. Editors were Chris Jericho. Writers, everything was Chris Jericho. And I really thought it was perfect.
It is. Like, Chris Jericho's career.
He elevated.
He is a true GOAT. I will say he's a true GOAT.
Yes.
You have Ric Flair, who is a GOAT, but of his time and his era. You have John Cena, who is a GOAT of his time and his era. And you have Hulk Hogan, who's a true goat. You have guys that are true goats of his era, but Chris Jericho was a goat of all eras of wrestling that he was in. Literally a true goat on all of his, in all 30 years, he was the goat of all 30 throughout through the three decades, he was the GOAT. That's hard to do. You know, John Cena was in the business for 15, 16 years. He was a GOAT of so long. Oh, and there he goes once again hiding. That's cool.
My bad.
But
she got messed up.
He's a GOAT. Hiding. Cena was a great GOAT of his era for those 15 years, but then that was it. And then you had, you know, you go more and more and stuff like that. But and you can get to other wrestlers, but Jericho held it down. That man could change gimmicks. Oh, I guess he wants to run off. That's cool. He wants to change gimmicks, and he changed gimmicks gratefully. Checking on your Sasaki. Always make sure they're ready.
My bad. Undertaker's run is
better. Yes, in WWE. I'm talking wrestling as a whole. Chris Jericho's run is better.
No one. I don't see too many people topping Chris Jericho. My opinion.
Yeah, I get it. What you're saying about Taker, I really do. But Taker was a GOAT of WWE and not wrestling as a. We're talking wrestling as a whole. Jericho was is the GOAT of wrestling as a whole.
And Courtney, he definitely could have been if he would have maybe started in maybe WCW or something else. Then he
was in WCW, but he was like a BS jobber gimmick.
Like, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, if he would have had a respectable run in both brands, then maybe I could say that, like, possibly.
Yes, and Frisch is right. Across brands, Jericho is boss.
Boss. He's the boss. I mean,
that man can go anywhere.
Anywhere he wants, and he runs it. Runs it. And people let him do what he feels is best because of his wrestling knowledge. He has so much knowledge. Actually,
quality in the ring is amazing.
Oh, amazing. But I do have to say that my opinion on Chris Jericho right now is that he needs to stop working on how much he can lift and maybe start working on his cardio. Because if you notice now, he's much slower in the ring. He does everything a lot slower. Obviously he's getting older, and I know that, but I think working on cardio instead of being a powerhouse lifter would help that.
I get the cardio part because if you remember Tough Enough, he was hard on those guys about their cardio.
Oh, he was.
You don't want to blow up. But in all respect, Jericho is that very old school heel who old school heels were not big on cardio. They were big on power moves, big on power, power sets, power moves, really quick matches, slowing down a lot, making the face run around them, but in the end, the heel always gets the win. So I think that's the route that he's going. I like that route that he's going, that he comes out there and he's as big as he is, but he's like pure power of that old school heel that he wants to bring back.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of Jericho and AEW, what did you think of Cody Rhodes regaining TNT Championship gold?
Here's the thing. Cody Rhodes is AEW. Cody Rhodes.
You don't need to be champion to be AEW, though.
You don't need to be champion to be AEW. But this time in a run, he needs to put more guys over. He needs to
He needs to stop and just do the. It's either they're going to do the 4 horsemen or stop teasing it. One or the other. Like,
I mean, if you came out with the, I like that he came out with the black hair. I like that. But you got to go for a horseman at this point.
But did you see or hear in his gimmick, or not his gimmick, in his promo after his match, he said that I wanted to dye my hair and go dark for you guys, but I can't do that. I'm here for you guys. So like, if you're cutting that promo, you're pretty much saying like that 4 horsemen isn't happening right now. Like, not right now.
Because the 4 horsemen doesn't have to be a dark promo. Doesn't have to be dark.
They can't. You want them to be face? You want the 4 horsemen to be face with Tully and FTR? That's not gonna work. Not gonna work.
I mean, you can be heel without being dark.
Okay, I get it.
There's heels out there that are not dark. And I think they meant dark wise is like a really dark character, like a Sting dark character, which would have never worked.
Also, if they're going to do the 4 horsemen, they need to either Dark Order, Inner Circle, or the Elite, if that's even still a thing, need to go face. There is way too many heel factions in AEW right now. Way too many.
Yes.
Way too many.
And with that, folks, I want your Sasasana. I'm tired of talking, man.
You want them? You want them?
I want them. Where are they?
Well, if you go, click your little thing, okay?
Oh.
You see? You see? Click that.
All right. Folks, the Sasasana boys didn't want to be here personally, so I guess they sent.
Just so everybody knows, they couldn't be here.
Whatever.
They couldn't be here. But we are arranging something to where if all of us will be here in one room doing a show, that will be coming very, very shortly.
I'm just telling you right now, if it's Rocky, he better pick up the bottle again. If it's Nico,
click the link, click it, and we'll see. Click it.
Sean, I'm going to make this short and to the point. When Luch contacted me about taking you on, I responded with a yes. You ran from a fight with me before.
I'm clicking it,
and I'll figure you
and I don't see nothing. I just see
Sean, I'm going to make this short and to the point. When Luch contacted me about taking you on, I responded with a yes. You ran from a fight with me before, and I'll figure you'd do it again. So before you go on and cut your little promo, remember that day. If Luch has to call me again, I'm pulling up and you're going to get what you deserve. That's facts.
Are you kidding me?
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
Wait, listen. We don't need anything big. We don't need 10-minute promos, Sean. We don't need 10-minute promos to get the point across.
You brought Anthony.
We don't need 10-minute promos to get the point across. Where's your team? 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 What's up, Court?
Fine.
What up, Big Court? Where Big Court Dog? Where's Court Dog? What's up, boss? Where's the boss? Come on, boss. Where the boss?
You brought Anthony.
Where's the boss? Where's the boss? I want to see the boss. 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 I want to see the boss.
Anytime.
I want to see the boss. Since you signed and kissed ass, the real boss. Come on. What's up, Court?
Well.
What's up, Court? I knew it. I knew he's with the authority.
But here's the thing. So
he's with the authority.
No, this has nothing to do with the authority. I'm not his teammate. I'm not his friend. So I guess for some reason we forget who the real boss is.
I said what I say in my last promo. I said you guys were the boss.
But here's my thing.
You and George.
Here's my thing, Luch. I think you need to know where your place belongs. I think you need to know who brought you in. It wasn't me. It was that man over there, Sean. He begged me.
That
he
was
begged me to me and George let you come. George wasn't on board. Sean had to keep letting us. And under your conditions to come in, it was that you share and post all WWE content. So the fact that you're bragging about
that was definitely not in,
yes,
the,
it was.
in the organization.
Sharing
Definitely.
content.
The next show, I need evidence. I need evidence that Sean hit you guys up, and I need evidence that that was the deal. Because the deal was that I would deal with people coming onto the Loudmouth Sports Group. Then when I did that, you yelled at me and said I didn't do it right. So then you just put me on admin, and then me and George and me and Sean started to do the show weekly.
Wait,
so I want to see proof next week, Big Ball. I want to see proof next week, Big Ball.
So you just said that you didn't do something right, but then I rewarded you with becoming an admin? How does that make sense?
That's what happened. That's what happened.
That doesn't even sound like me.
That's what happened, buddy. I'm sorry.
Anybody who knows me knows that wouldn't fly.
Well, I want to see proof of the conversations we had, because that is not in my memory.
So you don't remember when I say you need to have invite 100 people? How many people did you need to get joined? Did you do that? No.
Yeah. Yep.
You have 100 people in the group right now.
Probably not 100, but damn near close. No, I always get stuff saying someone accepted your invite. Someone accepted your invite. Someone accepted your invite.
You think that's from you, or is it from the page?
No, it says your invite. Accepted your invite.
You're an admin. You would get all the notifications.
I know, but it's from people on my thing. So, like I said, I want to see proofs of everything next week. You're the boss. You're always allowed back on the show. So if you could come with proof and evidence, then Sean can get an actual title shot at this. But until then, he's going to have to keep going through my team till I feel like he's worthy of a title shot.
Well, here's what's funny. So, like, you just said the key word, I'm the boss. And so I feel like you're not respecting what George and I want, and you're not respecting Sean. So I think it's best. This ain't your show. You don't run Loudmouth. You don't run Loudmouth off the top rope.
Well, I just say that.
I think you don't know that.
More than Sean.
So I think, okay, well, so
Sean shows his face.
So I think it's best to let you know, like, you're fired. You're just gone. We don't need you. Since you can't understand and you think you're bigger than who you are, you've done great. You've done a great job, but you don't know your place. And I think that's the problem. Is like, what have you done? Interviews. We've had 2. One was by Sean.
All mistakes on their end, none on mine. I sent the links. I said, listen, this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do.
They're on you. If I schedule an interview,
it's not on me. I showed up prepared and ready. I got mad notes on people saying, listen, I know some of your background. You started a Georgia wrestling company. You do a lot of death matches. You do this, you do that. And at the end of the day, the people couldn't come through. I came through with doing what I was supposed to do.
If you say I'm supposed to have this, and then you don't bring it to me, whose fault is that? I didn't call you about it. Who did I call? Sean, because this is Sean's show. At the end of the day,
kisses your ass.
You really must not
pucker up, Sean.
You really must not know who I am. I feel like you forget who I am.
You're the boss, one of the bosses of Loudmouth.
But one of the bosses, there's only 2 of us. And
which is I said one of them, because there's 2.
Yeah, but like
George, so you're one of them.
We speak for each other. So like, I didn't just fire you by just on my rip. George feels the same way. So here's the thing, Luch. We're going to show you that we don't need you. All right?
Bye.
Bigger than who you are.
Say bye. Bye, guys.